Thank you for joining us for the Barbados Today morning news for Thursday, July 20th. I am Mary-Claire Williams. We begin with news that 3 members of the Royal Barbados Police Force are due in court on September 14 to answer to charges of assault occasioning actual bodily harm. One of the men was allegedly caught on camera kicking a civilian who was lying on the ground during an event at Pirates Cove. Police constables Bradley Cutting, Justin Phillips and Akil Grant will face private prosecution for the June 18 incident. Attorney at law Andrew Pilgrim QC filed the charges at the No. 2 District A Criminal Court yesterday on behalf of 26-year-old Dario Stanton of Hearts Gap, Christchurch and 22-year-old Romaria Quintin of 122 Cordia Drive, Warners Park, Christchurch. A video had appeared on social media in mid-June showing what appeared to be a police officer brandishing a weapon and literally kicking a man while he was down. It later emerged that the victim was Stanton, who along with Quintin was charged with assaulting Phillips, occasioning him actual bodily harm, as well as obstructing that officer and Cutting in the execution of their duties. He was also charged with assaulting Grant with intent to prevent the officer from lawfully apprehending him. Quintin, meanwhile, was also charged with failing to obey a lawful order to keep moving by Cutting, resisting the officer in the execution of his duties, and using abusive language. In more police news this morning, 2 teenagers have been arrested in connection with last Thursday's murder of a Pool Land St. John man. Crime Chief Libron Sobers confirmed to Barbados Today that the 2 are now in custody, assisting lawmen with the probe into the death of the 48-year-old Kenrick Spooner, whose body was discovered in a bushy area at Todd's Land, St. George, with what appeared to be chop wounds to the head. The business community will be holding emergency talks today on the way forward for the economy. A statement from the Barbados Private Sector Association says that as a member of the social partnership, the private sector has tried to use this partnership to advance its concerns for the fiscal path being taken by government and promote alternative ideas. The meeting will be held at the Lloyd Erskine Sandiford Centre from 11 o'clock, and it is expected to update members on the efforts and recommendations of the BPSA and to seek a mandate to campaign for more dialogue on the medium-term fiscal strategy. The island's leading trade unions say they welcome news that Prime Minister Ferndale Stewart has agreed in principle to a meeting of the social partnership to discuss concerns over the austerity measures, but they are questioning his failure to set a date for the talks. General Secretary of the Barbados Workers' Union, Tony Moore, says the unions are yet to receive a response from government to their proposals presented earlier this month for a reduction in the National Social Responsibility Levy. The unions have begun industrial action in a bid to press government to meet their demands.
A meeting of August the 18th, yes, was proposed, and the unions are of the view that, well, a meeting at any time may be suitable given the urgency of the situation, given the pressing circumstances confronting our country, yes, but our people who are unable to cope with the measures that have been instituted, that there needs to be more urgent and definite action being taken to make sure that we can get out of the hole we are in a manner that everybody can commit to working towards getting out of that hole.
Meanwhile, at least one tourism boss is urging the trade unions to tread carefully with their protest action. The Barbados Secondary Teachers Union, the Barbados Union of Teachers, the Barbados Workers' Union and the National Union of Public Workers have been pressing government to reduce the NSRL by half or offer workers a coping subsidy for the austerity measures which were introduced this month. The unions have begun industrial action to force government to meet its demands. But BTMI Chairman Alvin Jemmett told reporters the union's actions could hurt the tourism industry.
Everyone in this country agrees that tourism is what's fueling our success right now. And my simple message would be never cut the branch on which you're standing. And if tourism is what is driving our economy and it's what's keeping us as a people doing reasonably well, we should do nothing to interrupt the tourism industry. Anytime that there's any type of disruption to the natural tourism business flow, it is concerning for us in the tourism industry. But again, I would ask and urge people to understand what's really feeding them. Never take food off your own table.
Taxi drivers at the Bridgetown port are unhappy with new arrangements being put in place for them following the demolition of the main gate on the weekend. They say it appears that no real efforts have been made to accommodate them. One driver who did not wish to appear on camera told Barbados Today there had been plans for when a cruise ship is in port. But yesterday, when the Carnival Fascination docked here, those plans did not seem to materialize.
Tour bus is down there ready. The organized tour bus is down there. You understand? The Forster Captain tour bus is down there ready. But us, I just straight cap taxi driver. You understand? I ain't organized. I just gotta wait for the bum bum. I gotta wait for the bum bum. You understand?
The Prime Minister can't come and get this tonight. Huh?
All the hierarchies heard this morning, no? All the port, the hierarchies of the port make a decision on Monday. Another come back and change it. Because we were supposed to go through here was the in and out.
Yeah.
And to put it this morning, out with the cargo. We got that make it gonna be cargo and tourists mix up out there mix up.
Let me ask, did anybody decide that they're gonna go across there and see what happens?
Men up there. Got men up there. Men up there. But I say I hear the tourists coming up. So I ain't going up there.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Morning, Miss Oya.
Morning. You again. So you're washing cars now? Well, I can't keep up with you at all.
Yes, girl. You know they're going to provision to selling slow. And I don't sell nation newspapers at all because them don't sell. So I washing cars now. I like to get up before 8:30 because I can't take the hot sun. You want the car wash?
No, not today. It clean.
But you're going in very early though?
Yeah, I just going early so I can read the Barbados Today online before work starts.
Right. But you can still let me clean the vendor for the $2. At least it's still cheaper than the nation newspaper.
All right.
I got a special boo here that I got it shining. Thank you. Enjoy your day here.
You too.
All right. What that paper is? She can see clearly when the dirt is gone.
The Barbados Today, news you can trust.
Thank you for staying with us. We're back now with news from the region. Bermuda's outgoing Premier Michael Dunkley has resigned as leader of the One Bermuda Alliance following the party's crushing defeat by the opposition Progressive Labour Party in this week's general election. The OBA won the 2012 election by 19 seats to 17, but it slumped to a 24-12 defeat on Tuesday, losing 7 seats, including that of the deputy leader and finance minister Bob Richards. Richards later announced his retirement from politics. OBA member Sylvan Richards confirmed Dunkley's resignation. On the international scene, U.S. Senator John McCain has a brain tumor and is reviewing treatment options that may include a combination of chemotherapy and radiation. The announcement came from his office yesterday. The former presidential candidate is recovering at home in Arizona from surgery to remove a blood clot from above his left eye. His office also said that tissue analysis since the procedure last week has revealed a primary brain tumor was associated with the clot. And that's news this morning. Remember, you can get more on our website, www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, and like us on Facebook. We're on Izumi Media in bus terminals and Screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. You can also tune into Mix 96.9 FM for more news. I am Mary Claire Williams. Have a good morning.